What is the most worthless movie you have ever watched? Titanic 2. Open House. I felt disrespected for watching that piece of shit. The Artemis Fowl movie was awful. I loved the books as a kid and had such high hopes. The plot was changed so much it's barely the same story. Without a doubt, Incubus. William Shatner, in the only movie ever filmed in Esperanto, as good as you'd expect based on those two facts alone. Did you know there was a sequel to Lawnmower Man? Well, now you know. For the record, I didn't pay for it per se. My friend bought the first Lawnmower Man on DVD, and the sequel was included as a bonus because absolutely no sane person would buy it otherwise. Tall Girl or Sierra Burgess as a loser. Just awful. Disaster Movie, 2008. Had a rare opportunity to visit with my dad and that was the movie we decided on. Should have gone to the park. We love most of the parody movies. But there wasn't a funny bit in it. Genuine waste of time, money. I'm reading the comment section and I'm happy to report I've never heard of 95% of these movies. Gingerdead Man. A friend and I, being fans of campy B-movie horror, thought we'd get our fix with this obviously bad on purpose film. We made it about 15 minutes in before we were in total agreement that it was completely unwatchable. The 41-year-old virgin who knocked up Sarah Marshall and felt super bad about it. Why would you make a parody of comedies? My mom was guilted into buying a Christian-friendly movie from the church when I was a kid. It was called The Buttercream Gang. It was about a gang of do-gooders. They referred to themselves as Buttercreamers. I was probably 12 when I finally watched it and couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a joke. 365 Days. A really, really bad 50 Shades ripoff that I regret wasting time watching. Though I didn't finish it. Dragon Ball Evolution. The movie I most regret. The Emoji Movie. The most boring and pointless movie I've watched. The Last Light. Cats was the only film I ever considered walking out of. It was like mental self-harm. Catwoman. The basketball scene alone. Holy shit. Cannot believe Aragon has not been named yet. Son of the Mask. I saw it at the movies at age 12 with my mom and cousin. There was an obviously mentally handicapped man sitting in front of us just loudly guffawing the whole time. At the end, he turned around towards us and told us it was the best movie he had ever seen. Avatar. The Last Airbender. Saw this live-action film in theaters and it was such a horrific letdown after the series. The acting was terrible. Zombies. No, I didn't spell it wrong. It was one of those Sci-Fi Channel only movies, where this new zoo was testing on the monkeys and the monkeys just made all the animals at the zoo zombies. Not the humans, the animals. At one point I saw the cameraman and the producer in a computer screen. Worst movie ever. Edit. Don't get me wrong, I love watching my fair share of bad movies, but this one just ticked me off more than any other one. Any of the Kissing Booths. 50 Shades of Grey. I thought it would be so bad that it's funny. It was kind of funny for the first 10 to 15 minutes. But then it was just really boring and poorly made. Not outrageous enough to be entertaining, but bad enough to be frustrating. Edit. Just to clarify, while I didn't expect 50 Shades to be good, I actually really love most romances even if they're kinda silly. The Twilight series is very special to me in fact, but 50 Shades is a poor interpretation and so obviously a worse copy. If they wanted to make a BDSM romance, that's great, wonderful even. But the author obviously had very little understanding on what that means. You guys are out here naming big-budget mainstream films. And I'm stuck with a mountain of no-budget slogfests to choose from, like Horrors of Spider Island, Curse of the Headless Horseman, and She Gods of Shark Reef. I don't make good life decisions. Sorting by controversial has its own fun. The Last Airbender. 365 Days. Complete and utter shit. Wife loved it though. Space Jam 2. Went for the kids. It was everything I thought at WDB. A Good Day to Die Hard. Die Hard 5. I was like, let me see what all the hate is about. So I watched it. 15 minutes in and I'm bored of this movie. Jack and Jill. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. He didn't even conquer them. Artemis Fowl. Aloha. The Human Centipede. 2. The Love Guru. We fell asleep at some point. Then the usher woke us up at 1 a.m. After Earth. Starship Troopers 2. Well, I only watched the first 10 minutes. Watson and Holmes with Will Ferrell. Saw on Christmas Day. Horrible movie. And then Family Guy has an episode which is almost the same as the movie. Splice. Took my GF at the time to see it with me because we were both biology nerds. We had recently watched The Pianist with Adrian Brody, great movie emo. So we were pretty excited to learn that he starred in Splice. That movie just got more and more awkward as we sat in the theater watching it. A group of high school kids started making funny commentary out loud in front of us, which honestly was the most entertaining part of that experience. Mulan 2020. The live-action Death Note. Velocipaster. Tom and Jerry 2020. Dragon Ball Evolution. The Last Airbender. Yikes. Downsizing. I have never hated a movie more than that one. And I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution in frocking theaters on opening day.